Hi, I'm Beth Ann.
What's up? I'm Ayla.
This is Let's Talk BL, a boys love podcast.
Welcome back to the podcast. It is Sunday, Series Sunday, that day of the week where we talk all things one series and one series only. And this week, of course, we are back with another special episode of Series Sunday. Frequent flyer.
Hey, it's Robbie.
Honorary co-host
of Let's Talk BL.
Yes.
Robbie's here!
Yay! I practically just live here.
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, you might as well.
You might as well.
Honestly probably.
You live here.
And there. And here.
Okay, so obviously things are going to get kind of chaotic. Today, though, it is a very special episode, not only because Robbie is here.
Yes.
But also because today, as it was when Anda and Noon and Prow were on our podcast,
Yes.
it's Let's Talk GL today.
Yes.
And even more special than that, it is Robbie's first GL.
It is my first GL.
First GL you'll ever watch.
I've never watched any other GL.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and it did not disappoint. I'm obsessed with the series.
Yes.
Okay, we'll get all into it, but
Yeah.
as always, nuts and bolts.
Okay, it is put on by Star Hunter. I mean, Star Hunter came out of the
I
gate
know.
swinging.
I feel like Star Hunter needs like a hand sign. Do we have like a
How do you make a star?
How do you
the
can
star.
you make a star?
Oh, I should have looked up how to make a star in sign language. I
That's
should
our
know
class.
this.
Oh, yeah.
My sign language star.
Can you do like the that
What is going on?
it is Let's Talk GL today.
No. No?
No, that looks no.
Okay, we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Like this maybe?
TBD?
That's kind of a
Oh,
star.
cute. Yeah.
Anyways, Star Hunter.
It's only 9 episodes. No, it's 10 episodes.
It's 10
10
episodes.
episodes.
It's 10 episodes. It's on YouTube and Gaga Ooh La La.
Correct.
Watch it where you please. And it stars all of Cosmos, but the leads, we have Manao, played by Anda, and Gyoza, played by Lukao.
Okay, guys. I'm going to butcher these names. So, M1
Manao.
is lemon, right?
Uh-huh.
That means lemon.
That
in
means
Thai.
lemon, so
Yeah.
I will be saying lemon, and then
Gyoza.
is dumpling.
Yes.
So when I say lemon and dumpling, I'm referring to those characters. I am bad with the Thai. They are fluent in the Thai. I am bad with the Thai. I can't do it. I've tried, besties. I swear I have tried. It's just...
I'm going
I
to be a
can't do
mess
it.
with this too because I, for the life of me, cannot ever remember these characters' names. So I just call them by their real names. I'm like, well, whenever Anda was blah, 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 it's not really Anda. I understand that it's Manao, but like in my brain, my brain go blur. I don't know what to tell you.
I have that trouble with Prewa's character. They didn't say her name enough. They said we're wrong a lot. So I remembered Noon's character, but yeah.
Okay,
Let's do it.
synopsis time. Second-year electrical engineering student Gyoza is a head hazer of her branch. As part of their initiation activities, Freshie Manao asks for Gyoza's signature. Contrary to Manao's expectations of the small senior, Gyoza has a cool personality. Instead of getting an easy signature, Gyoza makes Manao agree to compete in the electrical engineering Freshie contest paired with her friend Allie.
Wait, who's Allie?
James.
Who?
James. Isn't that James' character?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's
cute.
James.
Cute.
Yeah.
That,
You watched the show, you know who the other person in the Freshie competition was?
I don't remember that. I mean, like, this is the thing when I watch series, by the time I get to the end, I have no clue what happened in the first episode. Like, because that was all, the first 2 episodes?
Does that make Series Sunday a lie?
It means that,
No, I feel like Freshie contest went on for 4 or 5 episodes. Because Freshie contest was still happening by the time they were going to the concert. Because that was the concert was a part of Freshie.
Yeah.
I remember the SOTUS of it all, the hazing. But the Freshie contest, isn't it just the concert?
No, because they have to get ready for
Yeah,
it. They do
remember the
little
white dress.
activities.
Yeah, the white
dress. And even before that, that's how we're introduced.
To all the characters.
They
Yeah.
have to do little. It's just in 2 Moons too. How there's all those preparation things for the
Yeah. This synopsis tells you nothing.
Well, it tells you. It just doesn't. I feel actively prepare you for what you're about to experience.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. So, I binged this whole series pretty much today.
Yeah.
I've gotten a migraine. I've gotten lightheaded. I've literally stormed off. And I've gotten flashbacks of a little bit of Tharn type mixed with Sodus,
Yeah.
mixed with trauma, mixed with what the F is going on,
It's
mixed
true.
with...
Yeah.
If there was we should have recorded our reactions
I
to
know.
this.
Well, it was funny for me because I actually finished this entire series before the two of you.
Yeah.
And so I basically was like watching you guys react to it because I already knew what was going to happen. I already watched the whole thing. And there were some moments where like Beth Ann would be reacting in a certain way to a certain character. And I was like, that's really cute. And and Robbie kept being like, oh, I see you're smirking over like this thing or that thing. And I was like, oh, you have no idea what I'm smirking
Yeah.
And
about.
then we would say something and you'd be like, but no, and then you'd be like, oh, but wait, you haven't.
Yeah,
seen
I would
the
just like
sex.
stop because
Yeah.
normally like I don't really care about spoiling things for people, like especially because I know you guys don't care about getting
Yeah,
spoiled.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But like in this case, I was like, no, this show is so full of twists and turns. Like I wouldn't want to be spoiled.
No.
So like,
And it was
Truly.
so good.
Yeah.
First GL was
Yeah.
probably the best GL. Well, I can't really say that because this is the
I
GL, but it
really
was
enjoyed
so
this
good.
series.
I did too.
I really enjoyed this one. I definitely recommend this one. But
Yeah.
emotional trauma for
this was not my first GL, but this was my favorite GL.
I will say
That's
too,
good.
the fact that like this was so dramatic, but it wasn't overacted. Each of these
No.
characters, and I think that's what you can get into weird territory of these like roller coaster dramas, is that like the plot line is enough to hook you, but when they're trying to like really force the drama onto you, that's when it gets too much. And whereas this one, it's like when Anda has her moments where she's just sitting on the couch and she just like has single tears drop down her face, you're like, oh my god.
Well, and the cow too.
Yeah, both of them kill it.
Yeah,
Impressed.
although, okay, I agree that it wasn't overacted, but the only time that I was like, are you sure you don't think it was a bit much was, and this, to be fair, is one of my favorite parts of the series, so I am not talking shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I am not bad-mouthing this at all. In fact, I think this was masterful.
Yeah.
Okay, as somebody that loves a good telenovela, right, like, I do think this was masterful. The fact that in order for them to be like, listen, there's no way that Lukao Gyoza is gonna get over this whole like her sleeping
Oh, I already know where you're going
with
with this.
thing.
Lord of
So they were like, okay, even though she knows it was a setup and she knows it wasn't Manal's fault and she knows all these things,
Yeah.
how do you get over that, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's masterful that they were like, obviously, the only thing we can do about this is have her get hit by a car
Hit her
and
with
give
a
her
car.
amnesia.
Yeah, that was
like,
wild.
That is some like,
But only amnesia
it's amazing.
for
just that
Manal.
part. Well, just that part
Yeah.
of her story because everything else comes back to her.
so good.
Well, because we talked about this as we were watching it, we're like, how are we gonna talk? Like, how is she gonna really get over this? Because, like, yes, definitely. Women,
I thought it was
like,
genius.
It was like, how do you
Yeah.
justify? How do you like?
Right.
How does she get back into like she loves dumpling, but like, how is she gonna get over it? Because I know it was like a setup. This is not Lemon's fault in
Yeah.
the slightest.
Yeah.
But how do you
How do you get over
like,
that after
how do
you've
you
seen
seen it
it?
and stuff? So we're like,
Yeah.
and then I know Ayla already knew, and we're like, I was like, I don't know how I don't know what I'm gonna do.
hit
And
her
then
with
she
you hit
gets
her
hit
with
by
the
a
car.
car, and
Yeah.
I was like, and then she has amnesia, and then. Not like I'm not trying to be like it's not funny, but when they went to the camera, when they went to the hospital, and she was like all, I couldn't laugh because I was like, oh, she got real messed up. She real messed up.
She did well because they had to show the like severity of it.
Yeah.
That, like,
So
you know,
I was
They
just like,
justify the amnesia.
yeah, and I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, she got real jacked up, and then
Yeah.
I was like, this is not funny, but I couldn't help but laugh.
what do you
Yeah.
think that like prop styling like trip to the market was like? Like when they went to
Honestly,
go purchase all that
That
stuff.
I was like, she got a tube in her nose, a tube in her mouth, and she got a neck
I
brace.
know
She was a
they,
little.
everything.
they
like
really
that.
went on.
It was
And
hand
honestly,
wrapped.
it did low key remind me of like that joke that like sometimes like influencers or whatever like are being funny online and they like put the headphones in their nose or whatever.
Oh
and,
yeah,
like,
yeah. No, I just.
it low key reminded me of that.
I think I was just shook because I didn't expect that. Like, I know
fantastic.
the car accident was pretty bad. She was
Yeah.
literally bleeding from her
Yeah.
head. But I think when it panned to her in the hospital, I just couldn't help but laugh.
No, you really didn't.
That was insane. I really love this series because I feel like it had so many layers, right? Like you had the love story, you had the original Manal Gyoza love story.
Yeah.
But then you also had like a bunch of friends who are, you know, besties in university. You also had Gyoza who's trying to reboot the soda system. You also had Fa-Fads fighting over a girl.
Oh my God.
You also had like shipping between two boys. You had like there's so many things in this series that like if you like something, it will be in the series.
Yeah.
Except, okay, I will say one of the things that I really liked a lot of things about this series. I thought that the story was told very well. I didn't think it was rushed. And I hate time jumps and the way that they moved along the time in the story. I thought they did very well. I liked the storyline.
Yeah.
I liked all of the funny little moments of like where they're kind of like hitting it right on the nose. They're like, it's almost like I see you to the audience. That moment when they go to the beach for like on the class trip and they like play this game or whatever and they make like Bonus be like, I like you. And they get everybody to get all flustered. Like,
it's fantastic.
Like, listen, as somebody that has been in this position, like, yeah, that's a real thing that would happen to you.
Yeah.
Because like, God, not to open this can of worms again, but like when we went to Chiang Mai with Element, right, we had these little challenges, and one of the things that Bonus had to do was like try to get me to say this specific like Thai pickup line. It was supposed to be funny, whatever. And so the way that he did that was just like chasing me around, yelling a pickup line at me. Like the way that's how he was trying to achieve it. And at one point, I feel like this story is fine to tell. I can cut it if you decide I can't tell this. I'm just gonna tell it. We'll see what happens.
And then
we thought, So we thought we looked particularly cute one day in Chiang Mai, and we were like taking little photos. Like we literally there was nobody with us. It was literally just you and me. And we had like set up the phone on like the timer.
There was literally nobody around.
Nobody. And we're just like whatever, like having a grand old time. We're like laughing. We're like posing like idiots, like because we thought we looked really cute. And at one point we like got a shot that like, listen, I will say it's a great shot.
It's
like,
very cute.
It's a great shot.
Fantastic.
And we see the shot and we both just like squeal. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we hear, Ota Wan Chiab. And it's Bonus, who has been hiding behind a fence watching us this whole time.
What?
And I gotta say, in that moment, Bonus never gets me, but I almost was like, okay. So like, I do appreciate all of those like funny moments in this series where it's like, dude, even if you're not into Bonus, like if Bonus looks you in the eyes and is like,
I like you.
I like you. Like, what are you gonna, like, of course you're gonna be a little bit like, okay.
Yeah.
So I did enjoy all of that, but one of my favorite things about this show was that, and this is something that I feel like in the other GLs I've watched, which has not been many, admittedly, I've only watched like 3 others, is that they tend to make a lot of the story dependent on a man or on the men, like the men in the story. And in this story, it almost is like that didn't happen. So like, even though sure, you got like a little sprinkling of like Bank, Tora, and Bonus, and James, and right, like you get a sprinkling of boys, but like nothing about them drives the story. Even at the end when Bonus is like big creepy vibes, like when he's like a full gaslighter, even then the storyline is not dependent on him.
Yeah.
I know, I do love that P. Pure came in at the last minute to like take care of his little nong, and then suddenly he's just been like casually dropped in as her boyfriend, and he's like, okay.
If you have one shot, if you have one opportunity, would you seize it?
Like, it goes back to our conversation of like, is it lying or are you just omitting some information?
No, that's flat out.
That was grade A stalker, like creeper, like no. And I'm telling you guys, they have upgraded from Love Triangle to like Love Octagon. Everybody and their sister brothers, everyone's like into the same girl. It was. I was like, wait. So this one likes this one now. This one likes lemon, but this one likes dumpling. But this one wants to kind of get with this one. It was a lot.
I know. Truly, it was a lot. Like it doesn't stop from Ep 1 to Ep 10. There is like literally all the way through episode 10. You get like a Benfengana in episode. You get a like, will you be my girlfriend in Ep 10.
The last like 8 minutes, and it's like BRB. You're not the person. Like it's just wild. And the plot twist of this. I mean, I was gonna be like, I shouldn't spoil it, but that's the point of series Sunday. Actually, I feel like you should tell it because we could make fun of you because of how that story went with like she was like, this one's so mature.
Oh, yeah.
She's amazing. Go ahead. What was the biggest plot twist of this series?
Okay, so it's funny because I wrote down the list of like Gyoza and Manao's like body count because we have Gyoza who had P Pure and P Ploy fighting over her from the beginning.
But that's not a body count because she didn't hook up with them.
I say body count in the people who were in love with her.
Oh,
I'm
like
not talking about like
interested.
people
That's
she took
different
from.
from body count.
So
yeah.
interested, pursuing her.
Pursuits,
Pursuing her.
yeah.
Pursuit.
And then we
Or
had
suitors.
And then we had Wurong. So for Manao, we had Tarn and Belle. Sweet Manao got the short end of the stick because she got the psychos. She got...
Wait. Are you trying to sit here and tell me that P Pure's not a psycho?
No. He's just taking...
Please justify to me, Ep10. Go on. No, before we get into the plot twist, please justify to me P Pure and Ep10. Go on.
He's just seizing his opportunity.
No, girl, that's crazy.
He didn't try to, like, hook up with her.
Didn't he?
They didn't show it. He was just
He
taking
just tried
care
to
of her.
gaslight her into believing that they were boyfriend-girlfriend?
He was taking care of her.
Girl,
Like, he
bye.
was just trying to, like, take advantage of her amnesia to
then
be
he-
like, no, of course we're dating.
What's funny is
Girl.
he does ask her, potentially we didn't see it, because he does ask her to be his boyfriend, or his girlfriend. So, like, clearly he clarified that at some point. He's like, I'm not your boyfriend, I'm just taking care of you. We just don't see that. The mom just assumes that they're boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah, but he goes with it.
Because he doesn't say, like, I'm your boyfriend to her, right? Because he asks her in Ep 10, will you be my girlfriend? So there had to have been some clarity, right? Do you agree? Why would he ask her to be his girlfriend if he just are like, you're my girlfriend?
I don't know.
Oh, how do you defend yourself there?
No, I defend myself because literally her mom is like, oh, that's your boyfriend. She literally says to Gyo, that's your boyfriend.
And she's like,
And Gyo is
oh,
like confused because she
yeah,
has
okay.
amnesia because she doesn't remember. And she flat out says she doesn't remember anything after the first week of her second year of college.
Right.
She doesn't remember anything. And so you can tell by the look on her face that she's assuming that she just started dating P Pure after that because she
Right.
knew P Pure was pursuing her, whatever.
Right.
And her mom's like, he's your boyfriend. He's been like looking out for you. He's been like taking care of you. And then he comes to your house every day. And like, no, he at no point ever refutes that. And she clearly is confused.
Yeah.
But we don't see that. We
No, we do see her being
Yeah,
clearly
she's
confused.
But then why would he then ask her to be his girlfriend if he hadn't have clarified that? We just didn't see that
Well,
part.
no,
He's
because
just
no,
taking care of her.
No, because he knows she doesn't remember.
I think it's like he's like, oh, we were boyfriend and like he let her believe they were boyfriend and girlfriend, but she forgot they were boyfriend and girlfriend. So it's like, let's get to know each other, blah blah blah. And then at the end, he's like,
And, okay, wait,
secure
no,
the boyfriend girlfriend thing.
Okay.
He's just taking
defend
care
to
of
me
her.
how
No,
whenever
it's
he tells
weird.
her about the concert and he's like, you were just there to watch some nongs. Nothing else happened. There's no other details.
It's
Yeah.
true.
That's weird.
It's
true.
weird. It's gaslighting.
Yeah.
He's gaslighting her. He's
Yeah.
actively trying to
Listen,
gaslight her.
in his defense, I will say he did then ask her to be his girlfriend. He didn't assume that like we're going to continue to be.
No,
he,
that's
he
what
gave her a
gaslighting
choice.
is. No, that's what gaslighting is. Is when you
But he did give her a choice because then she was like,
he still attempted to gaslight her.
it doesn't matter.
You are not gonna justify
She
gaslighting.
she
You are not
literally
gonna justify
just
this.
admitted
There is no way
that
of
it's totally
justification.
super chill that he tried to gaslight her.
This is literally what's happening right now in BL fandom world with Pit Babe because there's so many people defending Wei because of Suppanut, and this happened. The only time I never saw
we're
this
gonna open this
happen
can of worms.
was with Kauna and Long. Like nobody was like, oh my god, Kauna is so cute that like Long can do what he did. But there have been characters across BL like series where people are like, I forgive him for his
So wait.
cuteness.
So you're saying the character's bad? You're just defending because you love bonus.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, there we go. That's what it is.
So
Obviously.
P Pure
Okay.
is still the worst. P Pure
Yes.
is still a gaslighter.
Exactly.
Bonus is
Okay.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's exactly. I think it's the
Yeah.
we're talking about the character,
talking about the
Beth, not
character,
the
not
actor.
bonus.
The actors
But-
are always amazing. They're doing their job. The character's trash.
Okay, going back to what we were originally talking about. In the severity, I will say Tarn is first, Belle is second, P Pure is definitely third.
It
and
doesn't
crazy.
matter. Bad is bad. Crazy crazy is crazy.
Wait, what are we doing here?
But I will say, there's levels of crazy.
It doesn't matter. Bad is bad. If I hit someone with my car or if I hit somebody with my motorcycle, I still hit somebody.
Yeah, girl.
Like,
you still going to jail. You're going to jail. Everyone going to prison.
If I backhand you wearing this ring versus wearing a big old chunky spiky ring, I still backhanded you.
No, my argument is that somebody hit you with a car, but somebody almost hit you with a car. That's the difference between Luke Turn.
Okay,
and
what you're not
Peter.
understanding is
This
just
is giving me a
because he
migraine.
gave her a choice at the end doesn't mean he didn't gaslight her. He literally spent like a good probably 2 weeks gaslighting this woman.
No, I mean,
Okay.
she even graduated.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Like,
he
we're
spent like
gonna
a semester gaslighting
like
her.
What is going on?
We're going back to Luke Tarn.
Yeah,
crazy.
please.
What a crazy plot twist. So in the beginning of this series, we get Luke Tarn being besties with Manal.
Yes.
And she's like obviously in love with this girl. And really the whole series, you see her kind of eating away at Gyoza. You see her like subtle, like
Undermining.
like,
She's trying to undermine.
subtly telling her, but like straight up telling her, like, I banged this girl. She was my first. I loved her first. Like, step away from my girl. And all the while, you're like, okay, like, I understand she's your first love. So then when we see that hookup scene between Manal and Luke Tarn, she then is like, Manal's like, I made a mistake. I don't really like you.
She's like, I'm so sorry. I was just
Yes.
sad.
She put an end to it. And then, you know, she has her whole thing with Gyoza. And then we have that, one of my favorite scenes in this show is when they're at the ice cream shop and they've gotten chocolate and then they've gotten lemon. And apparently, Gyoza is going to risk death to try this chocolate because Manal is giving it to her. And she's like,
As you do.
Noon is like, how dare you? Horang is like, girl, don't try something new if it's going to kill you. She's like, okay. So then Tarn is like, I'll eat it. And she like takes her hand and she's like, she eats it from Gyoza. And she's like, I'll be a part of this. She's like, if I can't just have Manal, maybe I'll just like try to be a part of this relationship.
Yeah, it was like a throuple-ish vibe.
So then then Gyoza's like, well, let me try this lemon because Manal means lemon in Thai. And there's this whole conversation of doublespeak of like, this lemon is really good. This lemon can't hurt me. I enjoy this lemon. Can I have this lemon? Like, it's really funny. It's truly my favorite dialogue. And so you're like, okay, she's being fun. She's being cute. Potentially this is fine. Like she's being a little catty still, but like she's almost being like, if you can't beat him, join him. Right. And then there are moments throughout the rest of the episodes that you're like, she seems like she's matured. She's like, let's just be friends, right? Because in contrast to Horang, who's like, we can't be friends. Like I never wanted to be your friend. I wanted to be your girlfriend. In contrast to her, it's like, oh, she's just wanting to be her friend. If she can't be lovers, we can be friends, right? I can love you until you love me, kind of thing. And then the plot twist.
But what was funny you missed the whole time.
Didn't she miss
I
the
was
big
like,
part?
she's so mature.
Doesn't she go up to Dumpling and's like pretty much confront her like she wants her too?
Yes,
and it wasn't until Lemon came in and she was like, I'm gonna break up with you unless you tell the truth. And then she got mature.
At some point, some point
they
she's
have
like,
a little like.
It was a whole I still want her.
Right. There are multiple times where she's like, I like Manal. Like she straight up tells Gyoza.
And then Lemon comes in and tells Dumpling like the truth, like of everything that happened. And then she's like, it'll never happen. And then we think, okay, she's gonna be over it. And then she comes off like she's their friend.
Right.
And then the plot twist happens.
Well,
I was
what's
like,
funny
we had that whole spot happen.
Is I'm like whatever, like milling around, like doing stuff in there, and the whole time Beth Ann is like, she's so mature. I'm so impressed with these characters.
I was like,
they handled this so well. On and on and on, and I'm just like,
Yeah. And then I stay quiet because I'm like, there's no way you're obsessed with someone, you want to be with someone, you finally hook up with someone, and you're just gonna accept it. Yeah. There's no way someone is that mature. If you're that mature, you've been blessed, because I don't know who in the world would be that mature to be like.
Chloe was that mature?
Oh, you mean after her brother tried to gaslight her first love into being his girlfriend?
No, before that, because she allowed for P. Pure to gaslight the girl. Like
that's what I'm saying.
She was like, sure, you can have.
Sure, you can not have gaslight.
We have a bonus defender here.
We do not have gaslight.
It's true.
Bonus didn't gaslight anyone,
Yeah.
as far as I know. I don't know. Maybe Bonus has gaslit someone. He gaslit you.
Yeah.
Actually, we're looking at the fruits of Bonus's gaslighting. That's what's happening right now. We're all experiencing Bonus's gaslighting in real time. It's like we're living Love Senior.
But wait, what were your thoughts about Luke?
True.
About Luke turn the whole time? Were you like, oh god, she's definitely gonna turn evil?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And normally I can see like a plot twist coming.
Me too. I didn't
Yeah.
see it
Didn't
coming
see it.
either.
And
but
I
did
really
think,
didn't.
I think she wasn't over it. I knew she wasn't over it. I thought she was like kind of like a friend of me, but I didn't think it was gonna be that.
Well,
plot
that's why
twist.
I kept like I kept almost spoiling, and then I was like, no, shut up, because
No. She
I
got
didn't
real
want to be
evil,
spoiled.
too.
Oh, and the
Yeah.
evil smile. And I'm not
drugging.
gonna,
Like
Oh.
drugging.
That was
like,
insane.
It was. I mean, and one of my only beefs with this show is there was really no repercussions for that for her.
No,
Nobody
there's
ever confronted her. Nobody ever like
Yeah.
really took her down.
Yeah.
Nobody like Manao does. Manao is like, how dare you?
Yeah.
But
Gyoza
like
does too.
Yeah.
nobody
But it's
really
just
like
a talking to.
Right, unlike in like Tarn type, right, where Long literally has to like flee the country.
Yeah.
Right, like that's what should have happened to
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Because now
Because she did the same shit.
Yeah. Well, now we could go over like the big plot twist. Like everyone thinks they're friends with her, like everything's good, and then she does. Who wants to say it?
She ends up drugging
Belle,
Belle.
who's also in love with Lemon.
Manao.
Yeah, which is Manao.
And then Belle does take advantage of it now. And this is another
the
one of my like. This
weird-
is where I think we disagree a
Like,
little bit.
well, we were just confused on like how it worked out.
Because I was like, no, I have no sympathy for. I do have sympathy for Belle in the sense that like she was drugged and that should never happen to anybody.
Yeah.
But clearly she knew that she was in the wrong and she did something wrong. And I think because what happened
Yeah.
was she woke up and she was no longer drugged and she tried to hide what she did.
Yeah, something that
She
happened.
tried to
She, like, dressed
because
Manao.
they were both victims and she made Manao like even more of a victim in that
Yeah,
moment
and-
by making that choice, and she did that.
Yeah,
sooner.
I will agree. When we were trying to like, what is going on here? Like, we all talked about it while it like after that episode ended, and we're like, Ayla hit the nail on the head. What should have happened was Belle should have woken up and like, what the heck? Like, I blacked out how she said she did. Wake her up or something. I'll be like,
Yeah, wake
what
her up
just
and be like,
happened?
what happened?
That
Yeah.
I like. This was not okay. We need to figure out what happened.
Yeah.
That's the route she should have went instead of like reclothing Lemon and like acting
And
like nothing happened.
basically
That's
putting
where
her in
we
the
were like,
dark.
yeah, like it was
I mean, because
weird.
Belle was already gonna try to kiss her at the bar.
Yeah.
When she was passed
Right.
out.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was already sketch, and we were talking about because at this point when the whole thing happened, we didn't know Belle was drugged at that time, so we
Right,
just thought
right,
Belle was
yeah.
this horrible person.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, she just like SA'd her, like that is not okay. So we're like, this is jacked up. And then when we got
Well, and that's why I kept being like, because you kept being like, well, no one's ever drunk enough for that to happen to them, and I was like, no.
Yeah,
I was like,
it was
but
like-
now,
No,
like,
to do that.
to do that,
To do
like,
that, not to
yeah.
be done to it.
Yeah.
Like, we were like,
Yeah.
Belle can't be drunk enough to be like, oh, let's make out.
no,
No, but
Robbie
I was saying,
like,
like it to me, like I mean, I've been very.
But now wasn't
intoxicated.
drunk enough to be like,
Like, to-
you
like-
look
To
like
see
another
Gyoza,
person.
yeah.
It was just weird because like I know she was heartbroken, which that's where I was like, this is where it got confusing because before all that happened, yes, Lemon shouldn't have gotten SA'd for sure, like 1,000% wrong.
Yeah.
But the thing was, before that, I was like, I was frustrated with Lemon's character because she was just jumping to conclusions about Dumpling
Yeah.
and like cheating on her, and I was like, why don't you just like wait and find out where she's at, blah blah blah. She was just assuming that she like Dumpling was off with what was her
well,
name?
because that's not how it works
Haram.
in real life, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you are like having troubles in your relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and it appears to you that your partner then has like, at least at a minimum to you, emotionally cheated on you,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to be like, let me think logically here and just take
Right.
a step back and take a deep breath. Like, that's
Yeah.
not how like real life works.
No, it's true. But then, like, to
No.
me, I was like, for me, I was frustrated with Lemon's character before the essay part happened because Belle was there, so you're gonna get drunk with the person you know that wants to kind of
Right,
be with you,
and so
and
you
that's
were
why I was
like-
frustrated, and I was just like, girl. And then when the whole like she saw Dumpling like as Belle when Belle was
Right.
on top of her, and I was just like, oh, this is going bad.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know, I've been intoxicated, and I was just like, yeah. really intoxicated. But I was like, dang, you did the whole acting, you still don't remember anything. That's what threw me, because then the next morning it was just like, it was just a lot.
And she was already dressed, so I think she was like...
She probably woke up and was like...
confused on top of all the things.
Yeah, so it was a mind thing, because the thing that messed me up, like, with this one, because I was mad at Lemon's character when it happened, so I was just like, but this isn't okay, but then I was just like, but how did she do this and not realize, and it was just a mess. This series literally mind F me a lot.
Well, because sometimes too, like, at least in my experience, like, after you're drinking so much that you're, like, passing out, like, even if, like, you didn't do anything the night before, you kind of wake up feeling, like, beat up. Like, your body feels, like, physically weak. So, like, you
me this morning,
potentially could, like, would be, like, but you're dressed and there's no one there with you, so you're, like...
Was it a dream? Was it real? Like, it was just a lot.
And, like, she didn't really remember because, like, at one point she gets mad at her friend for, like, she was like, why would you leave me with Belle? And he was like, well, Belle said you went to your house by yourself, so, like, I assumed it was fine. And, like, so... Yeah, it just all was very, like... But I do think Belle was in the wrong. Because she tried to hide something that, like, she knows was wrong. Even after she found out that she had been drugged.
Yeah.
She never shared that piece of information with Manal, who was, like, in this situation. Like, they're both victims, but, like, she was double victimized, essentially.
Yeah.
At that point.
This is definitely one of those situations where, like, you can see every character, like, how they've put themselves and they've been put in a situation where you're like, I don't even know how I would handle and working out this, because, like, what you were saying with, like, she should have stayed and, like, had this conversation with her. There's always those reactions of, like, fight or flight or, like, paralysis, right? Like kind of what you were saying with relationships. Like, there are some people who are confrontational, and if they think that somebody's cheating on them, they're gonna go confront that person. And then there's some people who are just gonna ghost them and be like, bye, I don't even need to deal with this. Clearly you've made a choice to be with another person. So, like, there's, like, so many layers to each person of, like, how would I handle that? Or, like,
I just don't understand keeping that type of information to yourself. Like, after you find out you were drugged and you know exactly what happened, and, like, this, like, because it's a very big, heavy thing. Like, I don't understand, like, and I've never been in that position, so I don't know how I would react. But,
do you think Belle thought she wouldn't believe her?
I don't know.
See, but that...
Maybe.
I think that's maybe what her thought was.
This series was a lot. Because what I usually do is, like, I try to put myself in the character's position. Like, how would I feel? And that's how I would, like... That's how I, like, talk about what a character is. This is probably the first series I literally had no words, or, like, my brain couldn't process, because, like, you have Lemon, who was in this situation, you have Belle, then you have the backstab, and then you have Dumpling's involvement with, like, catching it, and it was just, like, it was a lot at once, where I was just like, wait, who's, like, this is definitely wrong, and this is definitely wrong, but then how did this happen? You should have known this. It was, I was like that. Like, this is the first series I've ever felt like...
It happens one right after the other. I think that's why...
My opinions are, like, so boggled right now. Like, I think I definitely need, a couple days to process it.
You just need to resolve it you just get hit by a car.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the craziest thing.
Like, a storyteller.
Yeah, because then they do explain to Gyoza, like, what happened and what the situation was, and she clearly is still in love with Manao, and she's clearly trying to get over it, but she can't. And so they're like, aha, here's what we do. We hit her with a car.
Blank slate.
Do we see the car that hits her? Do you think at least she got to get hit by P4's Porsche?
No, it was a nice car. I remember it being a black nice car.
Oh, if it was black, it wasn't P4's.
Yeah, no, it was a nice car.
It would be great. Not great. That sounds weird.
Oh my god.
Do you know anybody?
I don't want to know what she's gonna say.
She got hit by P4.
Actually, that seems like some shit P4 would do. P4 would be like, let me hear with a, because he has a savior complex for sure. P4 throughout this whole show has a savior complex.
he runs into the apartment and he's like, my little girl, like he calls her my deck.
Yeah.
And then he starts to cry. I mean, yeah.
And in the very beginning, when he's like, caressing her, like, don't worry. Again, we have the product of Bonus's gaslighting sitting right next to us. If you wanted to see what it would look like for P Pure to gaslight someone in real life, you're seeing it now.
This is a firsthand Delulu is not the Salulu.
Delulu is not the Salulu.
For this one.
Tell us in
no.
the comments what BL boy has gaslit you.
I mean, to be fair,
Oh,
I have fully
1,000.
been gaslit by God. Like,
Yeah.
fully. Like,
There's always that one boy that's
Yeah.
gaslit you. That you're like,
oh, and Pompuin. Like, truly,
Yeah.
I've fully been gaslit by Pompuin.
I would say Jung Dunk is my gaslit. Or maybe Da'u Off-Road.
Who would mine be? Zinunu?
Yeah.
Zinunu? Probably Mossbank for me too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Star Hunter boys getting us all.
Yeah.
true.
It's damn.
Okay, let's talk about the good characters in this show. Shout out to Lada.
Yeah.
Truly.
Which one's that one?
The little one. The
friend.
little one with the bangs.
glasses.
Oh, oh my God, we need to talk about. I
Solid.
remember. Okay, yes, absolutely. I told the girls, you need to be. If God forbid my partner ever, I walked in and that happened to me, and I'm hiding here. You say, I don't know where he's at.
Oh, yeah.
MVP of the whole series goes to that girl. I said, I'm gonna be right here
She
sitting on
killed
this
it.
couch, and if my partner walked in and Beth Ann and Ayla walk out, and he's like, I haven't seen her. I haven't seen Robbie either.
He probably
I don't-
went home.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
went
that
somewhere.
was a great
Oh
moment.
my God, I'm
But she's so
upset.
straight faced
she
too.
acted
And
the
my girl
mess out of
has
that.
a poker
Oh,
face.
and guys, she even grabs Lemon's hand and goes, I'm with you. Like,
She's like,
hopefully
I
we
understand.
find. I understand.
Yeah.
And
She's
she
like,
right
I'm
there
concerned
inside.
about her too. Yeah.
MVP.
And then, but then,
Best character of this whole
like
series.
subtly, she's like, but maybe you should focus on studying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
She's like, you
give
have
her some
exams
time.
coming up. Yeah.
Oh my God, MVP.
I hope she got her
Favorite
boy.
character. I hope she deserves an award. Is there an award for this?
I mean, Jame. She deserves Jame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Future
my
boy.
God, I'm obsessed.
I mean, Jim do be pretty
I think
hot.
I will say I'm not even that character could turn me bisexual.
It's-
Like I'm obsessed.
She was fantastic.
so cute.
I have never been emotionally.
Her name is
obsessed.
Jenny.
Jenny.
She's so cute.
Jenny.
It does make me sad that nobody got paired with Bank Tora.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I
Oh,
think there was
gosh.
some rewriting. I think he was supposed to.
No, I doubt it.
At least that was
they
the
killed
implication
those
in the
two.
very first trailer.
No.
When Bankbo was still real.
No, it wasn't.
It
It was.
was.
No, it wasn't. We were just like, oh my God, they're in the same show. Obviously, they're gonna. But
Okay,
no.
so speaking of Bank, he plays Manao's brother. Another 10 out of 10 in the show.
He's the cutest brother.
He's solid. He talks some
yes.
sense into Manao.
Yes.
He's like, girl,
Yes.
you need to see the light of day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Multiple
1,000%.
times.
Yeah.
He's a very good brother, and he
Yes.
like checks on her, but not too much. Like it's
Yeah.
a very believable sibling relationship,
Oh,
which doesn't always
1,000%.
happen in these shows.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I would want Bank Tora to be my big bro.
Me too.
Yeah.
I would want Bank Tori to be Bank Tori can be my nong.
Yeah.
He's a fun little brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has big little brother
He's a
vibes,
fun
too.
little brother.
Okay, and then we have two fun cameos. We have Max,
A wild Max
who
appears.
Yeah.
plays
Oh,
a character
fine,
named
Max.
Max, which
Yeah.
is fun.
Ugh.
For no other reason than to yell at the little.
I never wanted to be yelled at by.
He could yell at me.
Yeah, he could yell at me
He
too.
could yell at me.
He could make me run laps too.
Yeah.
We also get a fun cameo by Mawin, who also plays another senior.
Yeah.
With very bad hair though in this
bad.
show.
It was a choice. It was a choice. It was different.
Yeah.
I like that we explored it.
My favorite character in the show is Prewa though. She's so cute. She's so cute. I love her.
loved Horong and her name is Prang's storyline.
Yeah.
At first, Prang is a high
Yeah,
school.
I didn't like that part.
I didn't love that,
That
but
part.
I like Prewa. I think she's so cute,
Yeah.
and I like
We've
the
talked
dialogue.
Right, we've talked about this before. The fact that Prewa's character is a high school student and she has a crush on the older one, right? Like we have this in BL now
Yes.
where it's like if the drunk one tries to hook up with you, obviously you're supposed to say no.
Which Harang does.
Yes.
Yeah, so Noon
Yeah.
does, and they don't start dating until Prewa is like
Well
in
into
college.
college.
Well into
Yeah.
college, yeah.
I think she's already.
So
in.
it's
They
like
become roommates first, which is my favorite.
Yeah.
Truly, they have like they see the lesbian like trajectory and they're like, No.
Yeah,
They
they're
were
like-
I got one on you.
They're like, we're gonna beat this. We're gonna move in before we date.
Yeah.
And it's so cute.
They
Like,
literally brought the U-Haul to them.
and it's like so, it's like so sweet and fluffy because she's so excited for her to move in.
Yeah.
Like she's already gotten to the place where she's like, okay, this girl is cute. She's fun to be around in like a nice way, but I don't think she really fully understands her feelings because I don't think she's fully because she says
She's
it when.
still into Gyo.
Right, and she tells Gyo this. Gyo tells her this, I think. She was like, I didn't really understand that you were over me until Prang came into the picture.
Yeah.
Until you guys moved in together, and now she's like, they call the apartment like Horong's paradise, which is really cute. Yeah, their storyline was very sweet. I feel like they did it appropriately for what it was and what they made it into.
Because like Horong, it was her responsibility as the older one, as the grown one, to be like, no,
Not appropriate. And she did.
And she did.
She did. Yeah.
She was like, I don't want your sweets. I don't like sweets. Like,
yeah,
she did it.
she's like, nope. She's like, she doesn't even like entertain it even a little bit.
She's like, little girl, chill.
She's like, keep your Chowkanoi to yourself.
Yeah.
I really liked this dynamic for sure.
Yeah.
Like, because we all talked about, we're like, ooh, she's in high school, but because how I keep forgetting her name. How she played it was, just like, was like, we're not doing that. And I don't think she ever saw it till like the college years, like when they were in college. And that's when she was like, oh,
she was like, okay, now that you're a grown person, I see you as a grown person.
I see.
And it's cute the way that Noon plays it because she acts grumpy, but really I think she's playing annoyed because she's like, oh, this girl will not give it up. Because when she goes into college and when they start interacting in college, she's like chill. She's not as grumpy. She's like more light about it.
And then the whole thing with that too was like she was in high school. She was still in love with Dumpling.
Yeah.
So she was like not even. So that was the thing. And then by the time she came to college, I think it was like she was in the realization she's never going to be with Dumpling because Dumpling and Lemon are going to be together. So it was like. So it was the pacing was good on how
this is a really great series. It also is very well made. The production
we talked about the quality was really good.
They put so much work into that flower rooftop.
Oh my god!
I love how they were like, "I see you, BLs, with your rooftop, and I'm gonna add some flowers."
They killed it.
Is that what makes it a GL? Like take
flowers.
a BL but make it flowery.
Make it
like
flowery.
add flowers. Like
honestly, I want to be on that GL rooftop.
The other fun thing, in addition to the lemon ice cream conversation, which I really loved, the other funny thing was that the first time. After Manao and Gyoza hook up for the first time, I love the little note that
oh my god,
that Manao leaves Gyoza, where she's like, "We don't need condoms, but you need to wash your hands and you need to cut your nails."
I was just like, I literally mic drop. I was just like, she did not just.
I mean, that's every GL I've watched. There's some iteration of this that happens. There's like sex ed for baby lesbians.
Yeah. It was literally the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I always love those sex ed moments.
I didn't expect it because like I haven't like we said this is my first GL, so like I know about these things, but I didn't expect it. So I literally just started hackling. Like I could not stop laughing.
Oh,
at
it's
that part.
so funny.
It was just like and Dumpling's like. Pretty much like this BICTH like and she's like I'm gonna get her and it was so funny how it like it was just
we're past 30 seconds you can say bitch.
Oh thank God bitch. Anyways, but it was so I'm so shocked with how like not shocked but like how good and interested I was in this GL
so good.
And like this I really like this is the first series where I literally don't know how to like put into words something because like the whole situation like I've never felt like oh my god how do I process this and like get my words out without sounding like crazy
and you really were like shook the whole time again because I kind of got to watch it like a reaction and you're like jumping up and like yelling and like exclaiming.
I've never done like there's a couple times where I'll be like on the couch. This one I like got up and I was just like I don't know how to feel. What am I if this happens I'm walking away. I walked away like 18 times. I was like this is the one where I was just like how are we gonna talk about this in serious studies? Because I don't even know how to guys, this is literally first-hand processing of like a series that I just binged. Like sometimes I have time to like, okay, like think about like how I want to talk about like a character and stuff, I literally till right now I'm still like I don't know how to really process it. This is all very raw.
Okay, here's the question then: would you rewatch this show?
1,000%. I would even recommend this.
Did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the second question. Would you recommend this for a first time
No, the question is a first timer. So like if somebody is just starting to watch, in this case GL, would you say this is the one you should start with?
I would.
I can't answer that because I haven't watched any other GL, so I don't know how the other GLs
right.
are. But like, if they come, if you watch BL and stuff like that, I definitely think like this is like they're very like not. It's like gay and then lesbian. Like it's not like a big like I said. It reminds me of a little sprinkle of Tharn type, a little sprinkle of soda.
But if you've never watched any BL or GL, would you recommend this to somebody who's like, I want to get into BL GL?
Maybe not then. I would say I would ask someone else who's watched other GLs. Is there a fluffier one to get it started? Because for me, like my hate thing is like the cheating trope and like the drugging trope.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that. So like I've watched a lot of BL. I've watched a lot of K-dramas, C-dramas. Like, I've watched it all that's been... And I was clutching my pearls. I was, like, jumping up and down. So this was a lot for me who's, like,
True.
someone who watches this kind of things and stuff. So I probably wouldn't recommend it for the first time.
That's how I feel. I don't think that this is a good for a first timer.
Yeah.
I think it's an excellent series.
So good.
But I think that for a lot of reasons, I think there's a lot. I think you could get whiplash and get overwhelmed. Like I would be concerned that I would like suggest it to someone and they would get overwhelmed and be like, I can't handle this all the time. I'm not watching any more of these.
Yeah.
And I also do think like it was very heavily Thai, right? In the sense that you've got the SOTUS and the university and like all of the, like you have to like kind of know what's going on. So I wish there was like,
there should have been maybe a little bit
like
warning.
A together GL.
Yes.
Like I wish there was like a together style like GL.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that many latest. I've only watched like 4 now.
I mean, unless that would be a good question. If like you guys know a GL that's like fluffy and
It's,
a good
like,
for a beginner, let us like comment down below.
I've heard good things about Charlotte and Ingfa's GL.
Yeah.
Like that was fluffier, so potentially that one. There's a handful. There was one that just came out that people were like, "Oh, this one's really good." But yeah, give us recommendations.
Did you guys watch Wedding Plan?
Yes.
I heard their GL was like really cute. No. JK, y'all don't listen to me. No. Okay, no. Let us know down below.
Yeah, let us know.
Because I was like, but no, it was so good though. But like this was hard for me.
For a first timer, it might be a bit much.
It was a bit much for Robbie, and I've been through some shit. And I watched some shit. And this was a lot for me.
It was a lot of shit.
It was a lot.
It was a lot of shit. However, I will say on the other hand, I would say it's maybe for a first timer. If you have a friend that like maybe religiously watches like General Hospital.
Oh yeah.
They could do this.
Oh, they could do this.
Yeah. I agree.
Or telenovela. It was so funny. There was a part where it was like, this is a telenovela. Like, it was like the soundtrack. I looked at Ayla and I was like, telenovela. It was, oh gosh, 10 out of 10 for me. Yeah. For me, so 10 out of 10. This was just,
Yeah.
It was good.
Okay, this has been Let's Talk BL. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and keep up with all things Let's Talk BL at Let's Talk BL, and also stream Lucky by Cosmos.